Hello and welcome. If you look at the most recent plan of ChatGPT and you click on Upgrade Plan, you're going to see that there are three different plans now available when previously there had been two. The free plan still does give you access to the most recent model. You also have limited access to the features of file uploads, advanced style analysis, and image generation. You can also use custom GPTs. The paid version is still an upgrade, giving you more access to all of the same tools, including limited access to the Sora video generation, as well as the reasoning models O1 and O1 Mini. There is now a Pro version, which gives you everything that you had in Plus, more access to all of the same tools, including higher limits. One of the benefits of this means that you will have more access to advanced voice and video inputs, which cause you to use your limits faster. And depending on which plan you use, you will have access to everything. You just may have limitations on what you can use. So for the sake of this course, we are going to operate using the Plus plan so that we can look at Sora, so that we can also look at advanced voice and video inputs, and so that we can look closely at the desktop version, which allows you access to many of the tools in the Plus version, although there are slight variations in both the Mac and Windows PCs for that desktop version. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the first video. Welcome back. If you open up the sidebar to ChatGPT and you look to the top left, you're going to see a magnifying glass. In that magnifying glass, you can click on it in order to search all of the chats that you have available inside of ChatGPT. You can search this area for all of the previous chats in ChatGPT. ChatGPT will allow you then to find different conversations that you have had, or it will allow you to search for specific conversations with specific text in your query or in the output. And so if you have a word that is commonly used, you will be able to find the specific chat and the place in that chat where that word was actually used. In some cases, where you have used a specific website in your query or you have received it in your results, you can look for that website in your ChatGPT account by typing in the URL. When you hover over the result, ChatGPT will actually show you the date of the actual result. And as you can see here on the right side of the menu, you will see the date of the result. So you can use the search in ChatGPT to search your entire account to find previous information, which is different from the search that allows you to use ChatGPT to search the web in your response. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. A recent development in ChatGPT is the Projects tab. If you go to your left side menu, you're going to see near the top on the left, Projects. You can click on the plus in order to create a new project. That's going to open up a dialog box. What you can then do is you can give your project a name. You can then click Create Project. That's going to open up the project area inside of ChatGPT. You will notice several elements to the project area. You will notice that you have a chat area, and this is for individual conversations. You will notice that you have a files area. If you click the files area, what you'll notice is that you can upload files, and those files will all have relationships with all of the chats that you're going to have inside of this project. We're going to close out of the project files. You'll notice also that you can create custom instructions for the entire project. And so the custom instructions that you create will have relationships with all of the chats that you're going to have inside of the project. We're going to close out of this element. You'll notice that the chats that you're going to generate can have specified models. So if you want to use a specific model for a specific chat in the project, you can do it. You will also notice that each of the chats that you're going to have inside of the projects can have its own attached files that you're going to be analyzing. And you'll also notice that each of the chats has a capacity for you to create images as well as to use the writing tools available inside of ChatGPT. So projects allow you to segment your activity and to organize it in specific areas for specific topics. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. You are now looking at a free account of ChatGPT, and what you're going to see available is you're going to see voice mode. Free accounts do have limited use of voice mode in order to interact with ChatGPT. When you click on voice mode, ChatGPT is going to ask for the mic from within your browser. You will then allow ChatGPT to use your mic. ChatGPT, what is the best way to create video tutorials in a whiteboard way?
Creating video tutorials in a whiteboard style can be very engaging. Start by scripting your content to keep it clear and concise. Use a high-quality whiteboard tool or software and ensure your handwriting or drawing is legible. Use color coding to highlight key points and keep your explanations straightforward and engaging. Finally, practice your delivery to maintain a smooth and professional tone.
So as you can see, you can interact with ChatGPT using voice, and you can have ChatGPT interact back with you. If you want to hear ChatGPT reread what it said, you can replay the audio.
Creating video tutorials in a whiteboard style can be very engaging.
So voice mode allows you to dictate to ChatGPT and to have it narrate its response back to you. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, in general, when you start a chat with ChatGPT, in some cases, ChatGPT will attempt to guess whether search is needed or whether Canvas is needed and to add it to the conversation. And in some cases, ChatGPT will not recognize the opportunity for either of those tools. You can start the conversation when you know you need writing by going to your Tools area. You can then click on the Canvas tool. That will open up the Canvas tool. You can then give your Canvas tool the query that you want. Once you do that, you can then click Enter. What you'll notice when you request that the Canvas opens is that Canvas will then open in the same way that it did when it was an experimental model. That means then that your content will be available to you for editing inside of the Canvas window. You're going to see on the left side all of the instructions to your query and ChatGPT's interaction with you here in this area. You're going to see on the right side writing tools. If you hover over this element, you're going to see the 5 elements that you can use in your writing tool. In order to interact within this canvas, you can still attach a file and upload it to this element of your canvas. You can also view the tools that you'll have available to you, such as creating a picture, searching the web, and then continuing Canvas. You will also have search available to you by clicking this area that says Search the Web. You have the choice of copying this information and placing it inside of your favorite word processing software. You can click this Close button to close it, or you can go to your editing tools to start working with the document in Canvas. So you do have choices when you open up the Canvas on ChatGPT. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. When you have an open project in the writing canvas, you're going to see on the right side menu that you have tools available to you. You can adjust the length of your document with the Adjust the Length tool. If you click on top of the tool, you'll see that what you can do is you can slide the tool up or down, which will adjust the length of the document. If you want to shorten the length, you can pull the arrow down. If you want to lengthen the document, you can raise it. Once you determine which you want to do, whether shorten or lengthen, what you're going to do is pull the lever, and what you can do is you'll see that you can pull the lever all the way to the top to the longest. You can pull it all the way down to the shortest. We're going to lengthen it as long as it can be. What we're going to do is click on the arrow, and we're going to allow ChatGPT to lengthen the document. You're going to see on the left side that ChatGPT is going to tell you what it is doing and give you a record of all of the steps that it took inside of your document. On the right side, inside of the canvas, you're going to see ChatGPT rewriting your document in real time. And you're going to see that your document is then going to be getting longer for the content that you want it created. And you'll see that the document is now longer. On the left side in Canvas, ChatGPT has told you what it has done to the document. In this particular case, ChatGPT's message to us is that the text has been expanded by 75%. So you can adjust the length of the document by using the Adjust the Length tool here on the right side inside of ChatGPT Canvas. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Once you have adjusted the length to ChatGPT, you can ask ChatGPT which edits it suggests for your document. You can go to your writing tools. What you're going to notice at the very bottom is we can click on top of the editing pencil and we will be suggesting edits. What you'll then notice is that we can then click the arrow in order for ChatGPT to start its analysis of the document in order to suggest edits. And what you're going to see is that ChatGPT will then begin to add on the right side different places where it suggests you make changes to the document. What you can do is once you have these edit suggestions is to scroll up to the top. You can then click on top of the edit suggestion. You're going to see the sentence that it suggests as an edit. If you want to apply ChatGPT's suggestion, you can click apply. And ChatGPT will make this adjustment in real time. You can then move on to the next place. If you want to apply the adjustment, you can click apply. So basically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be determining if ChatGPT's suggestion is one you want to make, and if so, you're going to click apply. You will see on the left side menu that you will have a record of everything that ChatGPT is doing inside of your document. And so our document is now complete with all of the changes suggested to us by ChatGPT. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. If you go to the right side menu, you're going to see that there are 3 additional writing tools. The first is called Reading Level. This is where you can take your document and you can specify the reading level that you want for your written content. You can click on this element and you can pull the book down if you want the reading level to be lower. If you want to raise the reading level, you can lift the book on the scale. Once you decide on what level that you want, you can then click on the arrow. And what will happen is ChatGPT will take your document and it will make it so that it rises or falls to the level that you want it to be in terms of grade level. And so what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to watch ChatGPT in real time change the grade level of your document. You will notice at the top, if you don't like the revision, you can go back to the previous version by clicking on the undo button. You can also click on this link that shows the changes that have been made to your document. And of course, if you like the changes that are made, you can keep them and copy the entire document into your word processing software. Once again, on the left side menu, ChatGPT does keep track of all of the changes that are made. Okay, so thanks, and I will see you in another video.